Good morning, everybody. We got more people coming in here. Here, while we wait for some people to come on, play a little music for you guys. That was John Greer's favorite song from the 70s, right, John Greer? All right, let's get started, everybody. Welcome.
It's hard. See, it's hard when you're 49 years old, been working on a job for 17 years, and they come in and tell you you're finished and give you 1 week severance pay. And you got to start all over again. It's hard when you're married and raising children and your children are crawling and your husband dies unexpectedly. It's hard handling just the tragedies of life. It's hard when you're working on something and you put everything you have in it and it doesn't work out. You lose your money and other people's money. It's hard. It was rough when I lost my job and I could not find a job. It was humiliating and embarrassing, borrowing money. And then I couldn't pay the money back when I told them I would. That's rough. How people look at you, how they respond to you. It's very hard. It's humiliating. Here's what I discovered that happens to you in life, that you will go through things, and while you're going through them, you can't understand why it's happening to you. But after you go through it, you get back and you look at it and you say, oh, now I understand why I needed that lesson. Have you ever happened to you? Raise your hand. Did it ever happen to you that I couldn't understand it then? But after I got through it, then I saw that that was preparing me for bigger and better things. As you go through the challenges of life and you look at it and embrace whatever comes to you, don't run from it. Step toward it. Don't try and duck it like most people do. See, most people want it easy. See, easy come, easy what? Easy go. See, but when you go at what you're going to deal with and you deal with the difficulties of it, when you handle those hard things close at hand, making those hard decisions right now that you don't want to make, learning those things that you don't like to do, but you know that in order for you to get where you want to go, this is one of the hoops that you have to flip through. And I'm saying to you, whatever you got to do it, because if you don't, life is going to whoop you until you surrender and say, okay, all right. I cooperate. Okay, I learned. Okay. They had to wear me out a long time. So if it's hard, then do it hard. Now, how do you hang in there during the hard, difficult times, Les? You must have faith. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities. You've got to believe in your service, your company, your ideas, unquestionably. You've got to have faith, and that faith gives you patience. That it's not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen. A lot of things are going to happen that will catch you off guard. And so therefore you've got to deal with and handle it as it comes. And not only that, but that faith and patience drives you into action. You've got to keep moving and keep plugging away. In the Far East, they have something that's called the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to grow. They have to water and fertilize the ground where it is every day. And it doesn't break through the ground until the 5th year. But once it breaks through the ground, within 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. Now the question is, does it grow 90 feet tall in 5 weeks or 5 years? The answer is obvious. It grows 90 feet tall in 5 years. Because at any time, had that person stopped watering and nurturing and fertilizing that dream, that bamboo tree would have died in the ground. And I can see people coming out talking to a guy out there watering and fertilizing the ground that's not showing anything. Hey, what you doing? You've been out here a long time, man. And the conversation in the neighborhood is, you growing a Chinese bamboo tree, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Well, even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see ain't nothing showing. You know, that's how people are gonna do you. So how long have you been working on this? How long have you been working on your dream? It's good. And you have nothing to show. This is all you got to show. People don't do that to you. And some people, ladies and gentlemen, they stop because they don't see instant results. It doesn't happen quickly. They stop. Oh, no. You got to keep on watering your dream. And when it began to happen, they stopped laughing. They said, look, whoa, look here. Look out. Hey, man, you know, I know you can do it. Look here, you got a job here? See, during those hard times, we didn't know how you're going to make payroll during those times when you failed and things didn't work out. They were nowhere to be found. You know what I discovered? When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Oh, it's sweet to you. It's good to you. Why? See, when it's hard and there's a struggle, see, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. People know that you know what life is, that you have embraced life. You know it was hard, but you did it hard.
Woo! All right. You know, guys, that reminds me of the, what do they say? Overnight success takes 15 years. Have you guys ever heard that? It's true. One of the things, I hope some of you guys were able to be on Unstoppable, the convention for BHHS. The closing out session was Sunshine Kids. It's a foundation that helps kids with cancer. And I was just completely surprised to see how much money Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, not Berkshire Hathaway, the main brand, but actually Home Services, how much money they raised for these kids. And you know what? It was pretty cool because, they ended with this and they had John Legend perform for us. And what was really neat is to think back and go, gosh, all my problems, they're nothing when you've got a 12-year-old kid with brain cancer, right? You just got to sit back and go, what the hell am I complaining about? Or why am I stressed out, right? So anyways, that was really neat to be a part of that and realize how great our company is at raising that money for that foundation. And if you haven't looked into that yet, it's not too late to become a part of it. It's called Sunshine Kids. And trust me, I really think that it's a great thing, and I'm glad that our company is partnered up with them. Another thing, talking about this, just that he was saying, John Greer can attest to this. He's probably spent years out on his farm, and sometimes nothing comes out of it. you know, but he doesn't give up. He keeps going back to it and back to it, and back to it. And eventually that bamboo tree, boom, pops up, right? And then it's, what did he say, 15 feet higher, whatever it does, or 90 feet high. I can't exactly remember, but it's the same thing. The other thing is this, like right now, guys, I have 2 escrows going, and on Monday, it's one of them is falling apart, and then by the end of the day, it's back on track. And then Tuesday, the other one starts falling apart, and probably by the end of the day today, it'll be back on track. And these are just things that happen in our business. There's no smooth escrows. I've always said that. You may have some smooth escrows, but there's always going to be just one little thing in every single one of them. So you just got to keep on watering that soil so that your bamboo trees can come up. Don't ever forget that story, because it's a great story. It just means that you got to keep at it, stay strong, don't give up, and you will reap the rewards. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit." So if you keep going out there to your farm, you keep posting stuff online, on social media, you're gonna get something. You will have excellence. You will achieve it. So, all right. Moving on. Does anybody have a new listing or a buyer that you want to share with us? Anybody? Don't be shy. I'll tell you guys right now. I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo coming in Santa Ana, probably in about a month or 2 at the latest. I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath coming in Downey, and that's probably going to be somewhere around 650, 1,500 square feet. And then I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in Downey as well. So if you guys have anything, any buyers out there, hold on a second, guys. I have somebody's unmuted. So anyways, if you guys have any buyers for that, keep me in mind. If not, let's go. Does anybody else have any buyers, any listings? Don, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I have a client that's looking for a home in Rancho Palos Verdes.
Okay.
A 3-bedroom, 2-bath or more, and the budget's about $1.6 million.
There you go. Okay, great. So did you guys hear that? 3-bedroom, 2-bath, PV. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And up to 1.6, guys. I'll throw something at you, Don. There's a part of Torrance there called the Hollywood Riviera. It's just about a couple streets over from PV, and your price might drop just because of the name of the city. Mm-hmm. So something to look into as well. All right, guys, let's go here. And I only have 2 listings up right now. So one of them is Elmfield with the Morales team. That's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,700 square feet, asking 1.2. I know that it's a fixture, and we've shown it before to you guys. It needs a little bit of work, but in a great neighborhood there, Park Estates, I would say closer to College Park, but right near Cal State Long Beach. So in case you've got anybody, please keep Eduardo in mind. The next one is Christina Fernow's Cornuda, and we've seen that before. It looks like, did she reduce the price? No, they haven't. Okay, they're asking $995 for this. Remember, this is that one that could be used as an in-home health facility, or could work for like 2 families, 5-bedroom, 5-bath, 3,000 square feet. So keep Christina in mind as well. So if you guys have any buyers for that, please let these people know. Let's put these deals together. As you notice, our listings kind of came down. We had a lot of listings last month, but they're all under contract. So congrats to everybody. All right, let's go do the numbers. Give me one sec here, guys. My screen kind of. All right. So we've got 16 transactions in escrow currently. So congrats to everybody. Christina Fernot, the Morales team, Renee Nava, Angie Sandoval, Miguel Guzman, doing great. One of our newest agents here in the office. Feng and Nancy, Jolie, that's been really busy out there. Cecilia Guthrie, congrats. Don and Carrie. Who else we got? And that's it. congrats to you all. Good work, amazing work. I'll tell you guys, March was probably so far for 2021 our best month ever. We've got 24 total sides closed, so congratulations to you all. That's the Morales team, David Grimm, Sam Jabil, Christina Furneaux, Don and Carey, Jolie, Bernadette Chua, Marjorie Tyson, Feng and Nancy, Ludi Carroll, Christine Bandy, and Patrick Delaney. So congrats to you all. Good job. Honestly, I think John and myself are really happy with you guys. You guys really kicked butt in the month of March. So congrats to you all. I wanted to just mention our top 35 award winners. And they are Feng and Nancy at number 8 on the team side. The Morales team at number 11. And then on the individual agent side, Christina Furneaux at number 9 and Marjorie Tyson at number 21. Congrats to you all. You should have all received a virtual text invitation to the President's Gala happening May 14th. So we will see you all there at the Hilton Waterfront Resort. And it should be a really nice night. So congrats to you award winners. All right, another thing here. Oh, you know what? This is probably left from my last, yeah, this is from February. Okay, moving on.
Hey, Ben.
I'm here.
Let me just throw in, I'm cutting in here on you, but you know, what I saw for the month of March is that I wanted to give congrats to Christina, had 6 sides closed, 6 sides.
Yeah, you're getting ahead of me.
Okay. Okay. And while I'm there, Benny, the Morales team, Eduardo, 3 sides, and Jolie did 3 sides. So that's pretty amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'll throw it back to you on that.
Okay, yeah. So you know, we started this new thing, Agent of the Month. You guys remember last month it was Bernadette Chua, but this month with 6 sides, we've got Christina Furneaux with a 3.725 million in production. So congrats to her. I was talking to her the other day about this, and she goes, "Wow, that's probably my best month ever." And I said, "Don't speak too soon, Christina. You still have the rest of the year." So now she's gonna try to beat this 6 sides number. So that's great. What a difference, guys! 3.725. I remember one month having 6 sides, probably back in 2012 or 2013. They probably all added up to less than $1 million. So it shows you how much, you know, real estate has gone up over the years. John, did you have anything else for us?
You know, I wanted to add too, I wanted to give congratulations to Miguel Guzman that closed his first transaction.
Yeah.
Just got licensed not long ago and just closed his first deal. So congrats.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, congrats to everybody. I you know, for management ownership, they have a term GCI, which stands for gross commission income. And I'm assuming, Benny, that Miguel got you that paperwork for his
correct. Yes.
So we're for our office, we're gonna go over $400,000 in gross commissions for the month, and that's unbelievable. You guys have gone crazy, and keep it up.
Yes. And just to put that in perspective, guys, the average, I would say, right, John, would you agree? Probably about the monthly average for most offices is about 175,000
to 200. Say 200.
Yeah.
500 is the average month. So to do over 400 is pretty awesome. Yeah. So hey, I had a question, and I need somebody to answer you. Benny, you watch the text if you want to text or unmute yourself. I'm just wondering, does anybody know this gentleman named Jerome Powell? Anybody? Can you tell me who he is if you do know?
Please unmute yourself if you know who that is.
All righty. So all right, going once, going twice. This is a name that it's good for you to know. And some of the stuff that I'm going to present to you is just general information. And when you're talking to people and clients out there, Jerome Powell is the Federal Reserve chairman. He's the guy that controls the interest rates. So, pretty important. Here's a little quickie on this, is that the Federal Reserve foresees the economy accelerating quickly this year, yet still expects to keep its benchmark interest rate pinned near zero through 2023. Despite concerns in financial markets about potentially higher inflation. So with its brightening outlook, the Fed on Wednesday significantly upgraded its forecast, this from last Wednesday, for growth and inflation. It now envisions the economy expanding at 6.5% this year, which is good, up sharply from its previous projection in December of 4.2. And the Fed raised its forecast for inflation by the end of this year from 1.8 to 2.4% after years of chronically low inflation. So that's going to, Joe's going to, that'll affect Wall Street and what have you. But that's good information to know. And we'll see. I mean, you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. But if somebody's asking about what do you think about interest rates, they're good. They're probably going to stay good. They have creeped up a little bit, but you couldn't ask for lower rates to buy now. The second thing I had is CDC extends national eviction moratorium until June 30th. So CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky has signed an extension to the eviction moratorium, further preventing the eviction of tenants who are unable to make rental payments. This moratorium that was scheduled to expire tomorrow, March 31st, is now extended through June 30th of this year, 2021. So there's a heads up. And the first thing that comes to mind, I say this all the time every time they extend that, if you're representing a buyer selling a house with a tenant in it, you definitely want to make sure it's vacant before you close escrow, right? That makes sense. So I have one more thing here. Let me get to it. I'm switching out. This was really interesting to me, and as far as sales go, I don't know that it's going to have any effect there. But I think for knowledge is power, and this would have blown my mind. We're talking about, hopefully you guys are, R1 zoning, and what that means is that all you can have there are single family houses, right? It's just residential, one unit only, R1. Listen to this. There's a growing movement across California and the country to rethink traditional single family neighborhoods as a way to tackle high housing costs and remedy decades of racial segregation in housing. A draft plan by the Sacramento City Council approved in January allows fourplexes mixed in among single-family homes in all the city's residential neighborhoods. 5 Bay Area cities have plans to consider similar policies. In recent years, Minneapolis voted to allow triplexes throughout the city, and the state of Oregon approved fourplexes in all cities with a population of 10,000 or larger. So, that blew me away, and I'm just pointing it out to you guys to say, that might be something that we're going to be dealing with in the future. And I know right now, if you're looking for a duplex up to four or 5 units, that you find those. This is typical. You usually find those in the older cities. They don't make them anymore, right? Very seldom you see somebody building a triplex somewhere. So to have them do that in a residential neighborhood, can you imagine if you live there in that neighborhood and they're going to start building a triplex next door? It's like, wow. So I think that's to be continued. To keep an eye out on it. There isn't anything going on here in LA County, Orange County, anything Riverside County. that we're aware of, but it seems like that might be where things are going. So anyway, I'm really excited for the March sales, and all you guys, you know, some maybe are a little behind their goals. Just keep at it. Benny, that was a great little video you showed earlier where you just keep watering those plants. And you're right. You know, when I'm out farming, there's days I go through and I'll actually tell you guys a story. It reminds me as I go through and I see somebody else's listing in there, and it hurts, and it makes you want to give up, or it makes you want to work even harder. You know, it's kind of telling me maybe you could have done a little bit more to get that listing. But let me tell you a scenario that I just had. I'm going through the neighborhood, and my mindset is to get through there as quick as I can. I need to get back to the office, or I need to make some phone calls. And I'm hoping nobody's out to talk today because I want to get back in, and I've got some other things going on. And these two guys, the homeowner and somebody else, are sitting out their garage. You know, the garage doors open in the driveway. It was a 2-car attached to the front of the house. So they're right there at the sidewalk, basically. And it turns out it's the guy's brother. And the brother says to me, "Oh," I handed him a calendar. And he goes, Oh, you're in real estate? Yeah. Hey, well, my brother's thinking of selling his house. Hey, you know, great. Well, listen, my cell phone's on there. And if you, you know, when you're ready, just give me a call and we'll get started. Oh, okay. I come by next week. There's a sign up with my competitor. And here's the thing. What you know, it's kind of hard for everybody to chirp in with this, but I should have said, "Gee whiz, wow. Well, where are you thinking about going if you did decide to sell right now? And how far away are you? You know, start pressing it to say, hey, maybe we should I could do a free market evaluation for you on your home." So many times I hear, we're thinking about selling the house. He didn't say, I'm going to sell the house. You know, that was my mistake. And I'd like to share it with you guys because I don't want you to make that mistake. So get on them and just start asking questions to say, when's this going to happen? And what can I do now to maybe give you a free market evaluation? I can follow up with you instead of them following up with me because they didn't. So anyway, Benny, I'm going to turn this back to you.
John, thanks for sharing that story. You guys, that's the biggest reason, you know, I say, I can't stress enough why you should come to this meeting. Right there, John sharing that, you could use that in the future. Somebody tells you, hey, you know, we're thinking about selling. Don't leave it up to chance. I'll tell you, I was at a listing appointment once in Lakewood with a high school friend of mine. And, you know, she signed my listing, and she goes, hey, in a few months, my grandma's going to sell. And I said, oh, really? Oh, okay, cool. All right. She says, yeah, she's going to go through you once she's ready. Well, all right, great. And that's it. Well, guess what? A few months went by, and the grandma ended up listing with some guy that went door knocking in her neighborhood. And I never got the listing. So I thought back and said, you know, where did I go wrong? Well, you know, if you're ever in a situation like that, say, great. You know what? I know that it's a couple months away, but, you know, I'd like for your grandma to put a face to the name. Is it okay with you if after we're done signing here, we drive over there for like maybe 5 minutes? I just want to introduce myself, give her my card and whatever. That would have been the difference that would have gotten me the listing versus me never going over there. She never met me. She doesn't have my contact info. Some guy door knocks it one morning and he gets the listing. So anyways, John, that's a great share. And I think, you know, that's worth 10 grand. I think my little story's worth 10 grand. So you guys just made 20 grand right now. All right. Speaking of money, Mr. Money himself right there, Joe Coy.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Joe Coy with New American Funding. We'll get started off with rates. So rates are about 0.5% higher than their lows just 30, 45 days ago. On an FHA loan, you're looking at about 3.0. Same on a VA loan. On a conventional conforming, you're looking at about 3.25%. Conventional high balance, about 3.375. Historically speaking, rates are excellent, but when comparing them to the lows of 2020, they are about 0.5% higher from their lows. What I wanted to discuss today was alternative financing programs. These come in handy, especially for self-employed borrowers, but borrowers of all types and all situations can benefit from these programs. I'm doing one right now where the client got turned down by multiple banks, and the situation is it's a manufactured home that has an investment occupancy. So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac will not finance a manufactured home that has an investment occupancy. So we had an alternative financing program. The rate was actually really solid. It was 4.875, where with your standard, conventional loan, you might be looking at about a 4.0% rate. So you're looking at about 1% higher on the rate, but it was the client's only option. Other than using, let's say, like a hard money loan, which might be closer to a 10% interest rate. Now, the type of loan that we use for this situation is what's called a debt service coverage ratio program. So the way it works for this type of program is anytime the LTV, the loan to value, is above 70%, it's going to require a 1-to-1 ratio. So what that means is if the mortgage payment is $1,000, the rent needs to be at a minimum $1,000. Now, that's only if your loan to value exceeds 70%. The minimum down payment requirement on this loan is 20% down. So if you're putting between 20 and 29.99, you need to meet that debt service coverage ratio of 1-to-1. Once you put 30% down or more, you no longer need to meet that 1-to-1 ratio. So, the mortgage payment could be $1,000 and the rent could be $100, and you would still qualify for this program. The only additional requirement, if it doesn't meet that 1-to-1 ratio, is that whatever the negative cash flow is, you have to times that by 12, and you need to have that in reserves. No other reserves are required unless you don't meet that debt service coverage ratio. So let's say the cash flow was negative by, let's say, $1,000 per month. 1,000 times 12 is going to be $12,000. So that client would need to have $12,000 in reserves. But you don't have to turn in W-2s. You don't have to turn in pay stubs. You don't have to turn in mortgage statements for your other properties, homeowners insurance statements. It's all, the lending is all based around the subject property and the debt service coverage ratio. So a very simplified loan, good for investors, good for this client in this situation trying to buy a manufactured home with an investment occupancy. Another type of alternative financing that is pretty popular these days is your ITIN program. So we have 2 different investors that accept ITIN programs. Right now, they're both at a maximum 80% loan to value, meaning the client needs to put 20% down. On the ITIN program, you are looking at a higher rate than, like, let's say, your debt service coverage ratio or like a 12-month bank statement program. You're looking at a rate in the 6s on a ITIN program. Now, the last type of program that I want to discuss is a bank statement program. We've all heard of like 12-month bank statements, 24-month bank statement programs. These are pretty common these days, really easy to use. One of our investors allows for 3 months bank statement program. It is a minimum 25% down. What is a really cool feature about this program, though, is they don't require you to source any deposits, including transfers from your other accounts. So there's a way to kind of finagle the system with this loan where you could be transferring money from one of your other checking accounts into one checking account that we're going to turn in 3 months of statements for. And if it's your personal bank account, they'll use 100% of your deposits over the last 3 months. If it's business bank accounts, they'll use 50% of the deposits over the last 3 months. They're going to use that income to help you meet the debt to income ratio requirement, which for this investor is going to be a maximum 50% debt to income ratio. Even on this product, you're looking at a rate in approximately the low 5s. So you're talking 3 months business bank statements, 3 months personal bank statements, no additional documents required. You're not going to have to turn in W-2s, pay stubs. So it's great for those clients who aren't claiming a lot of income, great for those self-employed borrowers, or even non-self-employed borrowers. Again, these programs do have higher down payments, right? They're riskier loans for the investor, and for that reason, they do have higher down payments. But I'm surprised by how low the rates are on these programs myself. In a lot of situations, they're maybe just 1% or 2% higher than like your standard Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac product. But for a client who can't qualify for your traditional financing, this may be their only alternative, and it's really an excellent option. So that's what I got for you guys today. If you have any clients that you think could benefit from alternative financing, want to run a scenario by me, please reach out. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Money. Do I have my number one amazing title rep on the call?
In the house.
All right. There she is.
In the phone. You know what? I love Les Brown, Benny. I have got to tell you, I absolutely love Les Brown. If you guys haven't followed him, I mean, he's retired now, but he had his own radio station, talk show, and he's phenomenal. And I've seen him live too. So I'm very blessed. So I wanted to touch on that because, Benny, like minds think alike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So my notes here are talking about farming because farmers last. They really do. I mean, look at John. I mean, I can't even tell you how many agents that have farms, and it's not old school. It's not out of style. In my neighborhood alone, you guys, there's a real estate team that has dominated West Garden Grove. That's the 92845 zip code. It's the high-end area of Garden Grove. We're right next door to Seal Beach, and their name is Team Tackney, and they have come in and they have just annihilated their competition simply because they are consistent. And they have listing after listing after listing after listing. It is ridiculous. It's actually inspiring because for me, I've always preached, pick a farm area and work it, because guess what? It's a brick and mortar, door to door. It's a database that gives you the opportunity to have that face-to-face with these people that you can see on a regular basis. Get your sign in the ground. And the more signs you put in the ground, the more, what does that give you? It gives you credibility. And so let's planting the seeds. You just have to start somewhere. It's never too late. Touch them at least once a month in some form or fashion. We have the email campaigns. We have cell phone numbers. We have landlines. We also have our amazing farming tool on our website. And if I were to run a farm for you, Benny, or you ran it yourself, because you're in the driver's seat, you can create little niche farms such as most likely to sell within your master farm, most likely to sell. Or maybe you want to pull up empty nesters, or maybe you want to pull up absentee owners. Maybe you want to pull up absentee owners out of state. So there's so much you can do. But you know what's great about our farm that people don't know, our electronic farm? It auto updates every 3 days. So that means if there's been a change of title, you're going to get notified as long as you turn that on. You've got to physically click the button to turn it on. And I'll tell you something, Charlie Dunn, who has been with the company for I don't even know how many years, he's a farmer. You know, it's funny too, he's a white guy in Norwalk. Mm-hmm. So I don't care what color you are, whether you're short, tall, it doesn't matter. This guy has nailed it in Norwalk. He doesn't speak Spanish.
No.
It's attitude and persistence. But this gentleman used to ask me every 6 months for a farm of all non-monetary transfers. That means affidavits of death, quitclaim deeds, adding a spouse on, maybe they got married. What happens after people get married, kids, when they're younger? Next thing you know, here comes a baby in the cradle, right? Mm-hmm. So guess what happens? Moms, we want bigger homes. We want more space. So he would ask me for non-monetary transfers every 6 months. He would reach out to them, door knock, see what's going on with the family. So I'm thinking our farm tool does this automatically for you. We really, listers last, and people who farm, look at Kathy Apples. Everyone on this call should know who Kathy Apples is.
Yes.
I mean, the Van Lewens,
mm-hmm.
Jonathan Harp. How about Johnny Salas? I mean, the proof is in the pudding. The numbers don't lie. And look at Christina Furneaux. She's the queen of Bellflower. I'm just saying, don't reinvent the wheel, you guys. Call me. Let's get listings. It'll help you. It'll help us, your team. It'll help the office. So that's my spiel. How's that?
That's great. I love it. You know, guys, I wanted to share, you know, you guys come up to me throughout the weeks and months here and you go, what is so-and-so doing? What is she doing? What is he doing? Why are they so busy? What's different about them? What, you know, and I'm going to tell you, I'll go to that person that they're asking about and I'll pick their brain. Christina Fernando will tell me, oh, that deal? Oh, I met them 4 years ago, put them in my Brian Buffini database and just mailed them stuff every month. On their birthday, I call them and wish them a happy birthday, send them a happy birthday card. I send them a text every time I get a listing anywhere so that they know that I'm in the business. I just stay in touch. And so, you know, it's like, yeah, 6 deals in 1 month. You'd go, man, that's amazing. But you don't know. She's been watering that bamboo tree for 4 years, right? So overnight success, guys, takes 15 years. It takes time. But here's the thing. Look at her as an example. Christina Fernando, what do you say, John? She's been in the business 5 years tops?
Yeah.
Christy, you probably know, right?
Oh yeah, she's been about 5. Same thing with Team Techni. Same thing with Team Techni, you guys. And they started dominating only 3 years in the business.
And what do they say? The money is in the follow-up, right?
Amen.
You know, I always talk to Christy about all my love affairs, and I tell her I'm a great first date, but I'm a bad second date because I don't follow up. So don't be a bad second date, guys. Follow up, call those leads back, call those people up. The biggest thing that's working right now, Christy Ryan, you know this, is 1 to 2 year old expireds.
Yes.
1 to 2 year old expireds. Call Christy Ryan, ask her for a list of these people, and get out there on the phone and call these people, because I'm telling you, 2 years ago their homes are worth 50 grand less.
Yeah.
Now,
did you know that Inman News put a piece out on that about targeting expireds? That's where the money is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Old expireds.
Yeah,
spot on.
Absolutely. It's the low-hanging fruit that once wanted to do something, and you know what? They're going to do it again. So keep that in mind. But anyways, Christy Rye, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being on the call. I don't have Stephanie Pagan, I don't think. But if you do need home warranty, don't forget to add her. And also don't forget about Property Ideas. They're one of our affiliates as well. All right. So earn 60,000 using Facebook. Before I even dive into this in the next 15 minutes, I just want to really break it down to the, to the ridiculous. There you go. You know, like I would tell people, well, you know, this house is only 100. If you want to get this house, it's only $100 more a month, right? And then I break it down to the ridiculous. That's $25 a week, and that's only so much a day. So just don't go to Starbucks anymore. And there you go. You can have the house that you want. So anyways, earning 60 grand, guys, what does that mean? That means 4 deals at $850 at 2.5% commission. That's what that means. 4 deals, 4 people in the next, what do we have? What is it? 9 months. In the next 9 months, 4 people. Do you think you could find 4 people on Facebook? I think so. So, all right. Here you go. Let's go into here. I'm just going to show you guys what it is that I do on my Facebook and give you a couple ideas and whatnot. So I'm going to take a seat, guys, because it'll be easier to do it this way. But I'm going to show you something because I want to also show you that I practice what I preach. So let me see here because, I'll go here. I posted this, and here's the funniest thing, guys, is you can copy things from other people that you know and post it to your page. So check that out. It says, if you have one of these stickers, and look, even they misspelled, if you have one of, right, they misspelled it, on the back of your minivan, you'll soon have enough money for a down payment on a house. Call me, let's get started. Do you guys see that? Okay, check this out. 18 people replied to it, right? And real quick, let me share something with you guys. Zenaida, I just sold her house in Downey for $872,000 in December, and then represented her in Moreno Valley on a house for 620. Hector, I just referred him to a lender for a refinance. That's her brother. All right. Elizabeth Garcia is my client's sister. So you never know where that'll go. Ricardo Gonzalez is my client, and they're thinking about selling and buying something. That's, let me see, going down. Okay, that's about it. But anyways, if you see this, people liked it and they commented, right? So what happens with that, guys, is now people are like, I stole a little bit of real estate inside their mind, just maybe for a couple seconds, but it happened, right? Now, if you scroll down, you know, I put quotes up. It's not always about real estate what I do, but all right, there we go. March 11th, I closed the sale. So I put happy client, post a picture of me and him shaking hands, and then, you know, put that up, right? So just wanted to show you guys just a little bit. As you can see, it's not always real estate. It's a mix of real estate and, you know, just personal stuff. That's what you want to do. You don't want to make it just a big throw up of real estate posts. You know, do it a little mix. Kind of think of the way I want you to think about Facebook is pretend it's a cocktail party. Okay. So if you go to you know, a party, you're not gonna go, you know, somebody's gonna go, hi John, nice to meet you, and then you're gonna go 3-bedroom 2-bath for sale in Lakewood. You know, they're gonna be like, what are you talking about? Right? Eventually the conversation leads back to what you do for a living, right? So you know, don't make it all about real estate. Try to keep it, you know, personal, but then throw in a little real estate here and there. And as you can see, that's exactly what I'm showing you. Okay. The other thing is you want to create a business page too, but I use both pages. Let me show you the business page. Does anybody have any questions at this moment right now on anything that I'm sharing? No? Okay. All right. So this is my LA Home Guy page. Okay. And here, this is strictly business, right? So I put my listings up here, my sales, okay, right? Stuff like that, right? Okay, some of you are gonna ask, Benny, how are you getting it to do this? So here's one thing that you want, guys. You guys tell me, what do I do to get leads? You guys always ask me this, right? Well, this is one way of getting leads, is posting a post like this that you just listed a property and boosting it. Notice I didn't boost it, so it only reached 59 people and it only had 22 engagements. The engagements mean that people actually click through and engaged with the post. 59 people reached, it means it reached their timeline. So check this out. When I click on it, it goes to my website, right? So now somebody could go back and do a property search, right? All right, so the question is, how do you get that done? So here, we're gonna go and get Eduardo's listing. 1802 Elmfield, right? 1802 Elmfield, because this is a game changer. So if you don't have a company website, I would recommend that you get one, because then you'll be able to get leads. If you don't have one, it's going to be hard to get leads. So notice I put in the address and there's Eduardo's listing, right? All right. Please pay attention to this next one, okay? And remember, I record these anyways, so you can have a copy of this later. But notice how I just highlighted the whole search bar there, and I copied it. And now check this out. I can actually go to my regular page and paste this, right? And look what happened. It posted that. Do you see that? So then what you can do is you go back, delete that, and I'll say, anyone looking to purchase in a great neighborhood in Long Beach, just listed in my office. right? Doesn't have to be your listing. And there you go, right? Now, if somebody is interested, they're gonna click again, like I said, and go to your page, to your website, right? And eventually, if they look enough, see, it's gonna ask them to log in. So like, look, see that right away? I click to look at the next picture, and it asks for my login. I could either provide an email or I could continue with Facebook. If I continue with Facebook, I think it gives me everything. It'll give me your phone number, it'll give me your Facebook info and your email. So this is how you get leads, guys, is by doing things like this, posting listings like this. And if you ask me or John, do you need permission to post this? No, this is an office listing of ours. You know, don't say it's my listing when you post it, but you know, you could even go as simple as just saying just listed. You know, you don't have to say just listed in my office or just listed by my coworker. Just put just listed, and that's fine. The other thing here, let's do Christina Fernandez Cornuda, 15542 Cornuda. So I'll go again and do this. Where is it? Okay, 15542 Cornuda. Any questions, suggestions, anything? Okay, anyways, so here it is. It popped up again. So again, I'm highlighting it on top. I'm going here. So look, now I'm going to go to LA Home Guy then, my business page. And I'm going to say, there it is. And now I'll say, anyone looking to start an in-home health business. Great opportunity, right? You guys, you could do this. Keep this. You guys could do this if you spent 15 minutes a day just posting other listings that aren't even yours on your Facebook. You know, things would change. I promise you. You will get people out there. People, you'll reach people. Notice as they stay longer, 77 people reached, 59, 73, 34. So as they go, they have more. Look at this. Okay, so that one, I actually boosted that, right? Purchase a home with only 10,000 total, including closing costs. Ask me how. Call now. And notice how I did Lakers colors. You know, it's just eye-catching, right? So look at that. I paid for this, and it got 879 hits. I don't remember. Look at that. It cost 14 cents per engagement. And I spent $200 on it, 195. So I can't tell you whether or not I directly know if I got somebody from this campaign, but I'll tell you, it's just business comes from all angles. So it's kind of hard to track whether or not somebody, you know, because some of my clients will come back and say, hey, you know what, we're interested in buying now or whatever. And you know, this has been there for a while. Any questions on any of this here? I want to show you guys one more thing. Crystal. Okay. So check this out. Okay, guys. Look at this. Okay. 2014. Okay. The starter home you posted in Paramount. Is that a bad area? Hi, Crystal. No, it's actually a nice, quiet part of Paramount. It borders the Hollydale neighborhood, Southgate, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Thank you. Is this your listing? You know, blah, 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 whatever. All right. Okay. So remember, that was 2014, right, guys? Okay. Keep going. Give me a second. Okay, there you go. Check it out. A year later. Hi, Benny. My mom's best friend has been looking to buy a home here in Downey, and she's pretty much been looking on her own for months, blah, 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 blah. So just to really make this short and simple, guys, Crystal referred me her mom's friend, and I sold her mom's friend a house in Whittier. 2 months later, Crystal turns around and says, hey, we want to buy a house now. So I sell Crystal a house. A couple months later, this guy London is asking for a realtor on Facebook. We all went to high school together, but we never met each other in high school. That's the only thing that we have in common. And then London bought a house for me. At London's housewarming party, he introduces me to Juan. Juan buys a house for me. Later, London refers me this other guy. You guys get the point? And it's all from Facebook. I got to tell you that from Crystal, if I were to put down all the deals, I've probably made 150,000 or more. Obviously not all at once, but over the years, just starting with her. Let me show you one more thing. So here's your search tab. And notice that I mentioned that to you guys. I said, we all went to high school together, but we never met each other there, right? So let me show you how I went about that. I went and put Downey High School, right? And then I click here. So remember this. So you put your high school that you went to, and you click people, right? And now, if you see, not everybody is a Downey High School person, but see, like West Virginia, George Washington High School. So you got to go down. Shane is over there. So it's going to give you anything with a Downey in their thing, right? Okay, here you go. John Flynn, Waseda Business School, lives in Downey, California, right? I might add him because we have that in common, that he lives in Downey, right? And who knows? He might not be thinking about anything right now, but later on he goes, hey man, I keep seeing this guy Benny keeps posting about a home in Downey for sale. Let me call him. He seems to be the guy, right? I'll give you another example. Let's say you work for Tesla, okay? You put Tesla there and you click people, okay? And again, it's not that easy, guys. Nothing is easy. You know, when you guys come to me and you say, hey, I want the easiest way out, everything's going to require some work. But here what I'm looking for is I'm looking for them to have in their description and their profile, I'm looking for them to say works at Tesla, you know, head engineer at Tesla, something at Tesla, right? And that they live here, right? Because didn't Tesla move or some other stuff moved? So look at this here. Works at RPM's Tesla Aftermarket Accessories, University of Southern California. I might add him. Why? This guy makes 100K easy, right? So he'll qualify to buy a home, you know? Keep going down. Let's see if we find one more. Let's see. Do you guys get what I'm saying though? Any questions on this? Have I lost you all?
Benny.
Yes.
Who do we contact to have the website set up?
Ali Diaz, if you'd like, I will text you when we finish this. I will text you her contact info.
Thank you.
You got it. So yeah, guys, that's the way that I built my thing. And see, it takes a little bit of time. Like I said, you have to go through all of these and kind of see, you know, what do they have in their profile that they resulted up when you did a Tesla search. But that would be somebody I would want. Another one is like Sony, right? So think of the big corporations that pay good salaries and then look to see where these people live. And if they live nearby you, add them as a Facebook friend. Not everybody's gonna add you, but look at this girl, Georgia Tesla. I don't know if that's her real name or not, but she went to Arizona State University and she lives in Hermosa Beach. I might want to add her because she lives in a good neighborhood. You never know what that will lead to, right? So just, you know, that's one of the most important things there. Let me go back. Like I said, it takes some time, but I just want to show you something. My goal when I first got on Facebook 10 years ago was to have, they could only let you have 5,000 friends, right? And my goal was if I get 5,000 friends, if only 0.5% of those 5,000 people buy from me, I'm doing pretty good. So if you see, so far, I have 1,975 friends, right? I haven't even gotten past the half mark, right? But I'll tell you, I've easily made, in any given year, at least probably 50 to 60 grand from, you know, people on here. And I can tell you right now, oh, check this out. Right now, the horse property in Silmar that I have, I went to high school with Carrie Vaughn. Carrie Vaughn bought a house for me. Then her dad calls me a couple years later. We sell their duplex. And now the mom calls me to sell her the house she inherited in Silmar, right? And I'm friends with them on Facebook. You know, they see me there all the time. And let me see, Kathy, where is she? Oh my gosh, I just had her. Real quick, we're almost done, guys. Okay, here you go. Look at this. Hey, this is Carrie Vaughn. Looking forward to hearing you. He went also with my brother-in-law, Larry Vaughn. He hardly ever checks Facebook. He lives in Downey. See, she's always talking about real estate. Then she had me go to her career day, right? I don't know if you guys were on that convention, but that one lady said she went to career day and then became a speaker because of it. But anyways, let me see here. My mom is considering a reverse mortgage. Isn't this crazy, guys? This is in March of last year, and now her mom's not there. You know, and that's the house that I'm selling. So anyways, anybody have any other questions? Hopefully you got a couple little things out of this. Like I said, you want to search for people that have things in common with you. You know, one thing would be maybe acoustic guitar, you know, and then click on people. David Grimm loves acoustic guitars. So I don't know if that might bring up a result, but okay, look at that one. There was one where it said guitarist at something. You know, so that's the way that you'll meet people and add them and then build on that as your audience. So, all right, guys. Well, hope you got something out of this. Thank you for coming to the call and the meeting and make it an amazing week. Let's kick some butt. It's month end, so let's do it. Thank you again.